Are you tired of low returns from your high-interest savings account? What if I told you the reality might be a tad bit grimmer than you perceive? Let's take a closer look at the current state of high-interest savings accounts. Most of these accounts, which are often touted as an effective way to grow your savings, are offering interest rates that barely keep up with inflation. In fact, the average interest rate on savings accounts in the United States is around 0.5% per annum. Now let's add inflation into the mix, which has been hovering around 2% in recent years. Put simply, inflation is the rate at which the general level of prices for goods and services is rising, and subsequently, purchasing power is falling. In layman's terms, it's the reason why the coffee you bought for $1 5 years ago now costs $1.20. When we take inflation into account, the actual return on your high-interest savings account can often be less than zero. Yes, you heard that right. Your hard-earned money might actually be losing value over time. Now let's paint a picture with a vivid example. Imagine you have $10,000 in a high-interest savings account. With an annual interest rate of 0.5%, at the end of the year you would earn a whopping $50. And that's before we consider inflation. After inflation, your $10,000 would have the buying power of about $9,800. Your $50 in interest doesn't quite cover that loss, does it? This is not to say that high-interest savings accounts don't have their place in a balanced financial portfolio. They absolutely do, especially for short-term goals and emergency funds. But if you're looking to grow your wealth over the long term, the returns from these accounts may not meet your expectations. So, if you're looking for higher returns without sacrificing safety, it's time to explore alternative options. Stay tuned as we dive into the world of bonds, stocks, real estate, and the power of diversification. Ever thought about buying bonds? They're not just for James Bond. Now let's dive into the world of bonds. What are they exactly? Well, in simple terms, bonds are loans, but you're the lender. When you buy a bond, you're lending money to the entity that issued the bond. This could be a government, a municipality, or a corporation. They promise to pay you back the full amount known as the principal, on a specified date, the maturity date. In the meantime, they also pay you interest, known as the coupon. This is usually paid semi-annually. There are two main types of bonds: government bonds and corporate bonds. Government bonds are considered the safest, as they are backed by the full faith and credit of the government. However, because of this, they tend to offer lower returns. Corporate bonds, on the other hand, offer higher returns but come with a higher risk. If the company goes under, you may not get your money back. So, let's talk returns. The potential returns from bonds can be quite attractive, especially when compared to high-interest savings accounts. The average return on a 10-year government bond in the US has been around 3% over the past decade. Corporate bonds can offer even higher returns, with some yielding up to 6%. But remember, with higher returns comes higher risk. Now let's look at a simple example of how bonds can generate income. Say you buy a 10-year government bond with a face value of $1,000 and a coupon rate of 3%. Every year for 10 years you'll receive $30 in interest. At the end of the 10 years, you'll get your $1,000 back. That's a total return of $300 or 30% over 10 years. Not too shabby, right? Bonds offer a safe and steady income stream that can beat the returns from a high-interest savings account. So, next time you're thinking about where to put your hard-earned money, why not give bonds a shot? They might just be your ticket to a more prosperous future. Dividend stocks, they're not as scary as they sound. Now let's unwrap the mystery behind these financial instruments. In simplest terms, dividend stocks are shares in a company that pays out a portion of its profits to shareholders. That's you and me, folks. These payouts, known as dividends, can be a steady source of income, separate from the potential gains or losses of the stock's price itself. Imagine this. You're a part owner of a successful business. Periodically, the business shares its profits with you. That's essentially what owning dividend stocks is like. You're getting paid just for being an investor. Sounds pretty good, right? Now you might be wondering about the returns. Well, the beauty of dividend stocks lies in their dual earning potential. Not only do you get the regular dividend payments, but you also stand to benefit from any increase in the stock's price. This combination can lead to higher overall returns than what you might get from a traditional high-interest savings account. But of course, it's not all roses and sunshine. There are risks involved. The company's profits might take a hit, affecting the dividend payout, or the stock's price could fall. But that's where the importance of research and due diligence comes into play. Let's take a real-world example. Consider a well-known company like Apple. They've been paying dividends to their shareholders since 2012. If you had invested in Apple back then, not only would you have enjoyed regular dividend payments, but you'd also have seen the value of your investment skyrocket as the company grew. And this is just one example. There are numerous companies out there, across various sectors, that pay dividends. It's about finding the ones that align with your investment goals and risk tolerance. In conclusion, dividend stocks can provide a higher return than a savings account, with the bonus of potential capital appreciation. They're not just for the financial gurus among us. With a little bit of knowledge and some careful planning, anyone can reap the benefits of this powerful investment tool. Ever dreamed of owning a skyscraper? With REITs, that dream can come true. Real estate investment trusts, or REITs, allow investors to delve into real estate without the need to buy or manage properties themselves. They're essentially companies that own or finance income-producing real estate across a range of property sectors. These could be anything from office buildings, shopping centers, apartments, warehouses, hotels, or even hospitals. Now, how do these REITs generate income? It's simple. They lease out their properties and collect rent on them. This rent is then paid out to investors as dividends. And here's the best part. By law, REITs are required to distribute at least 90% of their taxable income to shareholders annually. So, you get to enjoy regular income just like you would from a high-interest savings account, but it's not just about the income. REITs also offer potential for capital appreciation. That's because the value of the properties they own can increase over time. Now let's talk about risks. Like any other investment, REITs are not risk-free. The performance of a REIT can be influenced by the real estate market and broader economic conditions. Therefore, it's important to do your homework and diversify your holdings. Take for example, the popular REIT, XYZ Properties. They have a diverse portfolio of properties across office spaces, retail, and residential sectors, spread out over different geographical locations. This diversification helps to mitigate risks and provide a steady income stream to investors. Remember, investing in REITs is not about becoming a real estate mogul overnight. It's about steadily building wealth over time. And with their potential for regular income and capital appreciation, REITs certainly offer a compelling alternative to keeping your money in a high-interest savings account. REITs can offer a steady income stream and the chance for capital appreciation, making them a viable alternative to high-interest savings accounts. Putting all your eggs in one basket is never a good idea, even in finance. Imagine walking on a tightrope with no safety net below. Scary, right? That's exactly what you're doing when you invest all your money in one place. Welcome to the world of diversification, your financial safety net. Diversification is like a buffet dinner. You don't just load up on the garlic bread, do you? You take a bit of salad, some pasta, maybe a slice of roast beef. Why? Because each dish brings something different to the table. Similarly, a diversified portfolio includes a mix of assets like bonds, dividend stocks, and REITs. Bonds are your salad, a safe and steady choice. Dividend stocks are the pasta with potential for growth and regular income. REITs are the roast beef, a different flavor entirely, offering real estate exposure without the need for a huge capital outlay. Diversification is not just about spreading your money around, it's about spreading risk. If one asset performs poorly, another might do well, balancing out potential losses. But it's not only about safety. Diversification can also increase the potential for returns. After all, while the garlic bread might be tasty, you could be missing out on the delicious pasta or roast beef. Remember, the aim is to create a balanced portfolio that aligns with your financial goals and risk tolerance. So don't play the tightrope walker, be the savvy buffet goer. A diversified investment portfolio can help you earn higher returns while managing risk. So, are high-interest savings accounts the best place for your money? We've explored the alternatives: bonds, dividend stocks, and REITs, each with its own potential returns. Remember, these are not one-size-fits-all solutions. It's crucial to do your own research, consider your financial goals, and possibly consult with a financial advisor. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more videos on building wealth. Until next time, remember, your money should be working for you, not the other way around.